just like one big traveller site, but you've got your town, you've got your shop.
Damn. Like, I want him to cry. I want him to be like, okay, that's my gypsy bride.
If you love somebody, you can't help the way you feel.
It didn't matter to her and it didn't matter to me.
They would make these tents all up with the lights, and this reception room, it just takes me back.
Our wedding rings, well, my wedding ring.
They've given her away. Yeah,
I watched this all happen to you.
Number 3, love and tradition. Once upon a time in the Irish traveller town of Rathcale, there lived a young and beautiful gypsy bride named Chantal Kelly. She was about to embark on a journey that would make her the envy of all the young women in town. She was going to marry her first cousin, Jim. Now, before you start gasping and clutching your pearls, let me tell you that in the traveler community, it is perfectly normal to marry a cousin. In fact, it's almost expected. And Chantal's family spared no expense in securing the engagement, paying Jim's family a dowry ranging from 50,000 euros to 120,000 euros.
Just burst me blister.
What?
I've just burst me blister.
Oh my God, look at the mud.
And this is all travellers.
Dale farm with houses that they can't evict you from.
Yeah.
Just like one big traveller site, but you've got your town, you've got your shop.
Kiel's annual wedding season sees up to 10 designer Thelma Medine busy.
And of course, the night before the big day, the bride's parents threw a party to treat the groom's family and the whole town. Chantal was a vision in her dress, designed by traveler favorite Thelma Medine and adorned with no less than 20,000 crystals. She had 7 beautiful bridesmaids by her side. But it was Jim who really stole the show. He had a whopping 73 best men, making for one epic and unforgettable entrance. The couple celebrated their union with a party that the whole town was invited to.
Thelma is making the journey to Rathkiel at the request of 18-year-old bride-to-be Chantal Keeley.
60 travellers are after us and we don't know where we are. I think she's going to be thrilled with it. I think she's going to love it.
This is where it all starts now.
Oh, is it gorgeous?
Gorgeous.
I told you you'd love it. Hey, don't you be trying.
Hey, I was supposed to try it on first.
She's not She's taking it off. What is it with these sisters?
The dress you're wearing.
It's nice. There's a lot of can-cans.
More than anything, it's a pre-wedding party, but it's where the parents of the bride.
Full dresses. Oh, they were beautiful.
And when I say the whole town, I mean it. Everyone was there to witness the nuptials and join in on the festivities. They danced the night away, cut into a bespoke Barbie cake, and created memories that would last a lifetime. The wedding was reflected upon by Thelma, who stated that the people were really nice and the girls were very respectable. It was said by her that the Irish travellers were like going back 50 years, but the Rathcale girls were like going back 100 years. The fact that they were all family was highlighted by her, and she believed that that was how they kept the wealth in Rathcale because it just wasn't allowed to go out. Now, I know what you're thinking. Marrying your cousin is kind of taboo, isn't it?
Now it's in 18 minutes past. We've added on. We're an hour behind schedule. Say 12, so we've got like 2.5 hours to finish that cake. We got God on our side.
It's well gone 12.
I'm definitely late for the chapel,
I think you are.
11:30.
Okay, sorry about this, but just put up with it a minute. She looks gorgeous. What do you think, Vanessa? She's a beautiful bride.
And the girls are very respectful. The girls from Rathkiel, it's like going back 100 years.
And while it's perfectly legal in the UK and Ireland, many people still question the morality of it. But for Chantal and Jim, it was a tradition that they wanted to uphold, and they did so in style. In the end, it was a day filled with love, laughter, and unforgettable moments. Chantal thanked her parents for giving her the big day she had always dreamed of, and the whole town came together to celebrate a love that was truly meant to be. So there you have it, the story of Chantal, the gypsy bride who married her cousin and had 73 best men to witness the union. It may not be everyone's cup of tea, but for the traveler community, it's just another day in Rathcale.
You make the most beautiful bride I've seen, honestly, and I'm not messing. Dress looks, the mum looks stunning as well.
She looks like...
So the weddings that you're doing, there's never any fights here at all. You know, they're all linked in some way.
I want to thank my mother and father for giving me this big day, and all the people I'm joining up the wedding.
5, 4,
to Wedding Switcheroo. Get ready for the dramatic tale of Syria, the gypsy bride whose wedding day was full of twists and turns. It all started with Syria's family disapproving of her marrying Sam, a gorger. Instead, they wanted her to marry her cousin Kyle, as is typical in gypsy families. But Syria defied her family and went ahead with her wedding to Sam. That's when Syria's ex-boyfriend and cousin Kyle stepped in to give her away. Without any other family members present, Syria controversially chose Kyle to be a part of her wedding day. But as the ceremony went on, it became clear that Sam was not happy with the situation.
I'm really nervous about today. That's why I want him to be a part of the wedding.
It's going to be one of the harder moments in my life. I want to be where he is.
Sam, are you nervous?
I kind of found out last minute. Kyle's walking Sierra down the aisle.
I want him to be like, okay, that's my gypsy bride. Gosh, I feel so much like a gypsy princess. This time, like not even like before.
The wedding started with all the pomp and circumstance of a typical gypsy wedding, with Syria decked out in a massive white and gold ball gown, ready to say her I do's to Sam. But when Sam showed up sloshed, the mood quickly soured. Syria had dreamed of her husband crying at their wedding and thinking, that's my gypsy bride. But things quickly took a turn for the worse when she walked into a disappointment and she could smell the alcohol on him. Sam couldn't even look her in the eye and dropped the wedding rings. Syria was left fuming and exasperated.
I told him over to drive us something.
So I'm walking down the aisle to my wedding.
On behalf of Sam and Sierra, to welcome all of you.
I could smell the alcohol on him.
I invite you to join your hands. Look.
I was just so disappointed. This is not how things are supposed to go.
I, Sam.
I, Sam.
Look at her. Take you, Sierra.
Our wedding rings, well, my wedding ring.
She couldn't believe that her special day was being ruined by Sam's intoxication. During her wedding vows, she made sure to leave out the word fidelity during the wedding vows. Harsh. After the awkward union, Syria tried to enjoy her wedding day. But Sam continued to drink beer after beer. He couldn't keep his eyes open, couldn't talk properly, and couldn't even stand up straight. Syria was so angry and disappointed that she just wanted to leave. That's when Kyle made him move. He told Syria that he couldn't sit by and watch her marriage fall apart. He urged her to leave with him, and without any hesitation, Syria agreed.
So we're gonna go cut this cake. Cut the cake! Cut the cake! Couldn't even keep his eyes open.
When it comes to kids, they're my best friend. They will nail them.
His mouth is like a slur. It's embarrassing. No, I didn't. I went out of this fucking dress. I can't.
Like you're my fucking girl.
I went out of this dress. Sam, we're on my wedding.
She fled through the doors with Kyle and shared a kiss with him in the car park. This was not your ordinary love story. According to the show, it's not uncommon for romantical gypsies to marry their first cousins, so wedding bells may soon be on the cards for Syria and Kyle. But for now, Syria has left her drunk groom behind and returned to the arms of her ex-boyfriend and cousin. What a wild ride! Syria's wedding day was full of drama and unexpected twists, but she followed her heart and made a bold move. Who knows what the future holds for her and Kyle? But one thing is for sure, this was a wedding day that nobody will forget anytime soon.
Like, I don't even want to look at him right now.
Sierra, come on. Come on. And watch this all happen to you. This is ridiculous. He's a fool. He married a fool. You're supposed to see all this coming.
All these just emotions.
To just slip away.
Next thing you know is we're like running out of these doors together. The marriage is done. I'm leaving with Kyle.
Number 1, tying the knot. A winter wonderland wedding with a twist of taboo. Let me take you on a wild ride with Annie and Josh, two romantical gypsies who decided to tie the knot in a winter wonderland themed wedding. But wait, there's a twist. They're first cousins. That's right, you read that correctly. These lovebirds are blood relatives. Annie had always dreamed of a big, blingy gown that would make her stand out on her special day.
It's never a dull moment at all.
I have the same grandfather picture of him. If you love somebody, you can't help the way you feel.
It didn't matter to her and it didn't matter to me.
I was calling to see about getting a wedding dress made.
Oh, you're marrying your first cousin? Oh, this is such a gypsy wedding. I'll make you a dress.
I just picture this big winter wonderland theme in my head.
Great. Everything's over white crystal.
And how about a muff? Would you use a muff?
How many do you have?
I have 3.
Don't worry about it. I'm shocked and surprised, and you'll fall over when you walk in here, I promise.
To see it all.
Testing 1, 2, 3.
So she enlisted the help of renowned gypsy dressmaker Sandra Selly, who promised to make her the dress of all dresses. With just 5 days to go, Sandra pulled through with a gown that was encrusted with 80,000 rhinestones and trimmed with 22 fox skins, making Annie look like a true gypsy snow queen. But that's not all. The dress also had light bulbs throughout, making it glow in the dark. Talk about making an entrance. On the big day, Annie arrived in a horse and a cart with her bridesmaids, but getting out proved to be a struggle. Covered in light bulbs and a massive train, moving around in stilettos was no easy feat.
Snowflakes. Oh my God. This is the best Romney dress I've ever clapped my eyes on in history. You just wait till they see it.
But eventually, she made it to the altar where her soon-to-be husband was waiting. The camera was told by Annie that becoming Josh's wife meant the world to her, beaming with joy. Equally proud was her mom, Jet, who stated that it was important for her, being a Romani mother, that Annie gets married to Josh, and if she died, she would leave this world with peace. Someone clearly feels really strongly about the age-old tradition of marrying your cousin. Jeez. Literally everyone was on board with the cousin marriage. One of their cousins saw it as completely normal, explicitly saying that their family believes in incest. That's certainly an interesting way to put it.
We needed an electrician for this. Yes, there are no more batteries. What if it's too much over the top?
The entrance is already decked out with the sparkly lights Annie loves.
Wintry, like the beautifulest place I think I've ever seen.
She's Annie's angel from above for Annie. That I believe.
In the icy open air, the snow.
Up there first.
Easy, because I'm behind you.
Oh, hold on. It means the world to me to become his wife.
Relief to Mother Jet. Annie was breaking.
It's certainly not every day you hear about a first cousin marriage. But in romanical gypsy culture, it's not uncommon. In fact, they believe that living in sin is frowned upon, but incest is acceptable. Love knows no bounds, and for Annie and Josh, their love story is one for the ages. It may not be conventional or even normal, but hey, who are we to judge?
Anthony, repeat after me. Anthony, you first. These the hands that will encourage you to chase your dream. And as a token of my love,
I give you this ring.
it gives me joy to pronounce husband and wife.
The reaction in the room when the dress lit up was amazing. And
very proud mother tonight.
That's enough gypsy tradition for today, folks. We'll see you with more in the next video.